बुढ़े श्रमापति महादेव की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Prabhakta Jan, beloved devotees and bhaktas, Swagatam and welcome to this evening's Sandhya. As we join, of course, with Uncle Sonan and members of his wonderful family in offering gratitude to Bhagwan, and of course taking this opportunity this evening to join in prayer and worship to the feet of the Divine Lord and Master of the universe. As we are about to commence a beautiful katha, a beautiful pravachan, taken from the golden pages of the Shri Ram Charitramanas, Kishkindakan. This evening, my dear friends, devotees and bhaktas, let us all sit upright, let us clasp our hands and let us bow our heads. As we close the physical eyes, we join in pratna and prayer to the Divine Lord and Master. Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om. He Ram, He Ram, He Ram. हमें दया करो. श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमो नमः. ओम श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः. श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Salutations to Bhagwan Ganapati, Lord Ganesha. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakote Samaprabha Nirviganam Kurumedeva Sarvakareshu Sarvadha Gajananam Bhutaganari Sevitam Kapita Jambu Parasada Vakshatam Umaswatam Shoka Vinashakarikam Namami Viganeshwara Pada Pankajam. Salutations to the Holy Ramayana. Varananam Arata Sanganam Rasanam Chandasamapi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako. Om Ramaya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Pataye Namaham. Jehe Sumirata Siddhi Hoy Gananayaka Karivara Varana Kahano Anu Grahasoy Puri Rasi Shubha Guna Sarana Mokha Hoy Vacha Pangu Chareya Girivara Grahana Jasu Kripa Sudayal Dravaho Sakala Kalimala Dayana Lila Saro Rahusham Kaduna Aruna Bhare Charayana Kumnaimdo Samade Umaramana Karunayana Chahe Dina Padani Karaho Kripama Danamayana Bando Guru Parakanja Kripa Sindhu Nararupa Hari Mahamoha Tamapu पावन कुमार कलबान पावक ज्ञान ज्ञान जासु हृदय आगर बस ही राम सा चापदर श्री गुरु चरण सरोवर निज मन मुगो रसुदार बरनो रघु बर विमलायसा जोरायक फलचार बोनाहीना तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुरी वेद्या देव मोहि अरहु करे शविकार सियापति रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय ओडिशा जगन्नाथ की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय सियापति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम बुरे सियापति रामचंद्र की मेरे devotees and bhaktas, once more again swagatam and welcome to this evening of Sandhya. As our katha is taken from the golden pages of the Shri Ramcharitamanas Kishkindakan, it's a very beautiful katha this evening relating to our lives. For this evening, we take the opportunity to honor God and to thank God for the gift of life. It's something that we should be doing every day of our lives, thanking God for life. Because Ramayana says, Bhare bhagya manushya tanupava, the human birth is the greatest gift from God, and hence we must take time to offer gratitude to God and to thank God for this wonderful gift of life. This evening, my dear friends, Goswami Tulsidas tells that Hanumanji, together with Jamwant, and all of the monkeys, the vanars, the bears, they are searching the forest for Sita Devi. Ravan had kidnapped the Devi and took her to Lanka Puri. And whilst they are searching the forest, day and night they are looking for the Devi. Day and night they are looking. They have reached the end of the southern part of India. They have reached the shores of the sea. There is nowhere else to go. Hanumanji, he feels hurt. Why does he feel hurt? You know why he feels hurt? He's saying to himself, and he tells to Jaman, how would I return to Ram? And what would I tell Ram? That I feel I didn't find Sita? For those who would have joined with us last night on our live stream via Media Concepts 29, Katha would have taught us where Hanumanji is seen as the greatest devotee of Shri Ram. His life is placed at the feet of Shri Ram. He doesn't want to disappoint his Lord and Master. He doesn't want to disappoint his God, his Lord, his everything. So he tells the Jamwant, how can I return empty-handed? I can't return empty-handed because why? How could I see the pain that Ram's face, facial expression would give to me? I cannot see my Lord in pain. I only want to see him in happiness. And Goswami Tulsidas, he tells to us what takes place through the medium of Katha. Jaya Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Bolo. Mangala Bhavanaya Amangalahari Dravaho Sudasadata Ajida Bihari Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Yahan bin kataha kaha hem bhahu giri kamadara suno yahan bhai. Bolo Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Bolo Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Bolo Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Ram. Sampati Ramachandra ki jai. Goswami Tulsidas Ji, he tells to us that as reaching to the end there, he tells to Jamwant, Lord, I cannot return empty-handed. And Jamwant says, what should we do? He says, well, if I have to return to my Lord empty-handed, it's better I take my life. Because I cannot bear to see that grief in the face of my Lord. And why this thought is running through his mind, my dear friends? When you are a praying person, when you are a person who serves God, always remember that there comes a time in life when negative thoughts will come in your mind. There will come a time in life where people will come in your life to do what? To create problems that will bring these negative thoughts in your mind. But once you are a praying person, once you are a bhakta of God, Bhagwan will send someone to remove those thoughts from your mind. Bhagwan will send someone to relieve you from that distress. And whilst they are having this discussion, they see Sampati coming to the shore. Who is Sampati? The brother of Jatayu. He had now performed the Anteshikaram Samskar for Jatayu. And Sampati, seeing all of these vanars and all of these bears and monkeys, he started to talk to them. He started to create a conversation. And the monkeys are asking, Sampati, what are you doing here? And he says, I'm here to perform special offerings to Ganga Mata, to bring liberation to the soul of my brother, whom is Jatayu. He has died. And they're inquiring, how did he die? And he says, he was trying to save Sita. Hanumanji, hearing this, it was like music days there now. Hanumanji went and he said, what did you say? He said, my brother Jatayu was trying to rescue Sita Devi. When Ravan, the king of Lanka, clipped his wing and slit his throat, and he fell to the ground. And there he died in the hands of Sri Ram. And Sampati says, Hanuman, I know you are a great bhakta of Sri Ram. Hanuman, tears begin to flow from his eyes. He says, now I have failed, my Lord, because I have looked all over. I didn't leave a stone unturned. And I didn't see Sita Devi. What would I tell Sri Ram? And Sampati says to Hanumanji, O Hanuman, Sita is in Lankapuri. Sita is in Lanka, in the summit of the mountain Trikuta. And there lies the Ashoka Vatika, the grove of the Ashoka trees. And there Sita Devi is. Go and tell your Ram. And why is he saying this? Ram and Lakshman is coming now. Because remember, even Ram and Lakshman is in search of Sita. And Hanumanji bows to the feet of Shri Ram. He says, my Lord, Sampati, we have looked all over. And Sampati just informed us that Sita Devi is in Lankapuri. And Sita Devi is in Trikuta. She is in Yashoka Vatika. Lord, let us go for her. But you know what Sri Ram says? Very beautifully, he teaches us a wonderful lesson. And what is this lesson? Katha tells to us this evening. Hari ho Ram milana kab hoye, ange savala ge rahe. Hari ho Ram milana kab hoye, ange savala ge rahe. Hari ho Ram milana kab hoye, ange savala ge rahe. गिरी त्रिकूटा ऊपर पासा गिरी त्रिकूटा ऊपर पासा ताहे मरा रावण ताहे मरा रावण अंग सवाला गिरहे हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंग सवाला गिरहे हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंग सवाला गिरहे. Shri Ram, my dear friends, he looks at Hanumanji and you know what he says? He says, oh Hanuman, I want you to do something. I cannot go to Lankapuri in search of Sita Devi on the words of everyone. Everyone is saying that she's in Lanka, but what facts do I have? Yes, Ravan kidnapped Sita, but what if he took her somewhere else? And Shri Ram tells to Hanumanji, before I go to Lanka, I must ensure that the facts that is given, the stories that I've heard, they are facts. And I must ensure that there is truth to it. Likewise in life, we have many stories. Isn't that so? Many, many stories you hear. We hear everybody business. And as we hear somebody business and gossip what has happened, we grasp it and we go with it. We don't question, is it truth or is it false, you know? Because that is what we like. You know what they say Trini people like, right? So we take that and we go with it without trying to analyze and find out what is the truth. Shri Ram teaches us that whenever you hear anything, you must find out the truth first before making a judgment. Or before embarking on any decisions now or anything, make sure that what you heard, there is truth to it. Despite it might be something we might like to hear, make sure it is truth. So he says, Hanuman, Jamwant, O Vanars, O Lakshman, who will go to Lanka? I need someone to go to Lanka to ensure that my Sita is there in the Ashoka Vatika. And Hanumanji would clasp hands. He is always, you know, when he was in school, it always had one person. As the teacher says something, you say jump up. Hanuman is that person. When it comes to Shri Ram, he is the greatest servant, Ram Bhakta Pujari. He says, my Lord, I will go to Lanka. I will go to Lanka, Prabhu. But Shri Ram, he looks at Hanuman and he says, Hanuman, how would you go to Lanka? Hanuman says, Lord, I don't know how I am going to reach Lanka, but I am going to Lanka. Otherwise, Hanuman is walking in a circle and he's thinking and he's studying and wondering, how would I go to Lanka? Jamwant is standing there. And Jamwant remembers, for earlier in Ramayana when Hanuman was in the Bal form, a small form, Hanumanji was very wicked. Hanumanji used to create problems to the rishis and the munis. When they're praying, he used to take fruits and run away with it. He would create plenty problems to them. Hanumanji was a little chanchal. And because he had many powers, by all the devtas, Ashtasid, he now nidiked hata. Hanumanji used his powers to create problems. Sometimes he was so strong and he had so much power, he would take up the rishis and munis praying in the ground and put them on top of the tree. Jai Bhagwan. Hanumanji was this type of person in his childhood days. And this is why nobody sitting here cannot say when you are small you never give trouble. Hanumanji, because of doing these things, the rishis and munis placed a sharp on him, that he will forget his powers until someone reminds him of the powers that he has. And Jamwant says to himself, I am that person. Today I will remind Hanuman about his powers. He calls Hanuman, he says, oh Hanumanji, remember when you were a balak, a small fellow? And you went to the sun, trying to eat the sun, thinking it's a mango. And Chandrama Devta hit you a mukdar, and you fell to the ground, and Pawan Devta, he held back all of the wind from the world, and everybody started to die. And the Devtas begged Pawan Devta to release the air. He says, yes. He said, remember all of the Devtas bless you with the various boon, various powers and abilities. He said, yes. But what happened? And Jamwant said, remember when you used to create problems for all of the rishis and munis? And he begins to laugh. Hanuman begins to laugh. And Jamwant says, the rishis and munis pronounce a shrap that you will forget about your powers until someone reminds you. Today I'm reminding you of how powerful you are and how great you are, Hanumanji. By the may, you are blessed with a boon that you could grow as large as you want and as small as you want. And if you grow very large, O Hanuman, you could leap across the ocean to Lanka. You could even fly, Hanumanji. You have 8 siddhis. Hanumanji with clasped hands, he begins to smile. My dear friends, likewise in life, we have a lot of abilities within us. We have great qualities within us. And we all could do great things. Maybe not like Hanumanji, but you could do great things. Never belittle yourself. When you want to do something, get up and do it. Because there are great abilities and capabilities within you. Just like Hanumanji, sometimes we just need to remind ourselves how great and how powerful you are, my dear friends. Hanumanji, very beautifully, he bows to the feet of Shri Ram and he says, Bhagwan, bless me that my journey to Lanka will be successful, that I will reach to Lanka successfully and I will return back to you, my Lord. What does this teach us? Whenever we are leaving our homes, how we must leave our homes? We must quarrel and then leave the house and go. Whenever you are leaving your homes or whenever you are going on a journey, you go to God. Bhagwan, bless me to go to my destination safely and allow me to return home safely. Because everything happens by the blessings of God. My dear friends, in today's world, when we leave our homes in the morning to go to work or wherever, we are not sure if we are going to return home. Isn't that true? We are not sure. So hence the reason we must pray and we must ask God for His protection. Not only for ourselves, but even for our family and our home when you are leaving. Never leave your home in argument and quarrel. Always live peacefully and with the blessings of God. And so, he bows to the feet of Shri Ram. He clasps his hands together and he begins to pray to Shri Ram. Bhagwan, by your blessing, these ability, bless me that I remember my strength, my power. Oh Lord, allow me to grow to leap to Lanka. And once he prays, my dear friends, he prays to Shri Ram. Om Ramaya Ramachandraya Verase Raghunataya Nataya Sitaya Pate Namaham. And so with clasped hands, he begins to chant Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. Why is he praised? Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram. He chants Rama Rama Sita Ram. He begins to grow. And while he is growing, he says, Lord bless me. Let me fly, let me leap over to Lankapuri. And as he's chanting Rama Rama Raja Ram, he begins to leap over to Lanka. But while he is going over, while he is flying over to Lankapuri, my dear friends, what takes place? Katha tells to us. Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Rama Rama Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Ishwara Allah Tere Naam Sabko Sanmati Re Bhagavan Ishwara Allah Tere Naam Sabko Sanmati Re Bhagavan Jai Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Patita Pavana Sita. Sampati Ramachandra ki. As he's leaping over to Lankapuri, my dear friends, Hanumanji, while he's going across, firstly he meets with Surasa. Whom is Surasa? A big serpent that rises from the ocean. And while she blocks him, she says, Oh Hanuman, you cannot go to Lanka without entering into my mouth, because today I get a delicious meal of a monkey, a vanner. And she's laughing. Hanumanji clasps his hands together and he says, Ma, if this is what you want, so it shall be. He prays Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Lord, bless me today that I will be successful in this journey. Remember, Hanumanji now remembers his powers. Remember, he can get as huge as he wants and as small. Hanumanji begins to expand big, huge. And as he's expanding, Surasa is opening her mouth. And while she opens her mouth really wide, Hanumanji, in a snap of a finger, took a form small as a mosquito. He enters into her mouth and he comes out back. He assumes his natural form. He says, Maya, I entered into your mouth. And now, please, O mother, leave me and allow me to go in service of my Lord Ram. Hanumanji, even though she came there to do what? To eat Hanuman, to destroy Hanuman, Hanumanji has what? Humility. He has divinity and he has respect. He didn't call her, oh Rakshas, oh demon. He called her Ma. When we see an old person, we address them as mother, father. A person at your age, a brother, sister, and younger than you is a daughter or son. But in today's world, everybody is Eggyol and Jai Shri Ram. We must address everybody with respect, just like Hanumanji. And so, with clasped hands, Hanumanji says, Ma, but why did you come to destroy me? And she looks at Hanumanji. Now she clasps her hands. When you go before people with humility, they will return the same actions to you. They return the same actions to you. She clasps her hand now and she says, Hanumanji, the Devas have sent me to test you. They have sent me to test you, Hanumanji, and to see your devotion to Shri Ram, to ensure that your devotion to Shri Ram is pure. Hanumanji, as he bows to the Devi, he says, Ma, today I seek your blessings to become successful in my journey. And as he begins to journey again, what takes place? Katha tells to us. Jaya Rama Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Bolo Jai Rama Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. करना देहे हनुमंता चालियो सोका पाताल तमता जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा महामोहा रघुपति करवना ते में मैनाका कोहि समहरी जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम बोलो श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम प्रभु श्री राम जय राम जय बोले सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. As Hanumanji continued his journey, a big mountain rise from the sea, Mainaka Devi. And as this big mountain rose from the sea, Hanumanji again, Jai Bhagwan. Would he give up in his journey? What do you all think? You feel he will give up? If we journeying, my dear friends, we are journeying through the path of bhakti to God realization. This is the duty of our life. And when problem arises, what we just do? Jai Bhagwan, that is the day we don't pray. Hanumanji doesn't give up. He sees this big mountain. Hanumanji sees this big mountain standing there. He recognizes this is Mainaka Devi. He clasps hands again with humility. Pranamo Maya. And she says, Hanuman, please, I know how powerful and how great you are. Please take a rest in this mountain. And Hanumanji says, Maya, I will never rest until my mission is complete. When my mission is completed, only then I will rest. I will rest only when I have completed the mission of Shri Ram. And so, she says, oh Hanuman, please, place your feet at least on my mountain and give me your darshan, your blessing. And Hanumanji, as he placed one of his foot on the mountain, and he puts pressure and he goes to leap again, Jai Shri Ram, the mountain sinks beneath the ocean, my dear friends. And as he leaps again and he reaches finally to Lankapuri. But upon reaching to Lanka, he doesn't enter into Lanka, He stays on a mountain outside of Lanka. He's looking at everything that is taking place. And once he looks at everything that is taking place, my dear friends, whenever you reach somewhere and you're going to find out something, you don't just run in and find out. You scope out the scene first. Hanumanji is looking what is taking place. He waits until it is night. And then he will enter. But as the place begins to get dark, and Hanumanji is waiting to go, all he could think about is his Lord. All he could think about is Sita Devi. And there, what he does, Katha tells to us this evening. Sita, 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 Ram se mila do. Sita, 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 Ram se mila do. Sita, 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 Ram se mila do. Sita, 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 Ram se mila do.
गया मृदाना बेतन देखी सीते 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 राम से मिला दो ओ सीते 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 राम से मिला दो राम से मिला दो हनुमान से मिला दो ओ राम से मिला दो हनुमान से मिला दो सीते 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 राम से मिला दो ओ सीते 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 राम से मिला दो सीते 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 राम से मिला दो Sampati Ramachandra ki jai. Hanumanji is sitting there and he looks at what is taking place. Hanumanji decides, as he chants the name of Sita Devi and Shri Ramchandra, Bhagwan, you guide me, what next should I do? My dear friends, Katha is teaching us just as the journey of life. This journey that Hanumanji is on to Lanka is this journey that is called life. Whilst we are on this journey that is called life, just as Surasa, Mainaka, Devi and the various hurdles arise in the path of Hanumanji, likewise in this journey of life, many hurdles, many trials and many tribulations would arise. Isn't that so? What did it say something? Baba, as I go 10 footsteps, something does happen. But when something happens, what we just do? We start to doubt in our minds. Our faith start to shake. We go 5 footsteps again and something happens. You know what we just do? We say, Bhagwan, I don't pray today, no, I give up. Isn't that so? But if we are true devotee of Hanumanji, every time a problem comes, Jai Shri Ram, Bhagwan, by your blessing, this problem will be eliminated. Bhagwan, by your blessing, I will overcome these hurdles in life. I remind you, nothing in this world of Mahamaya lasts forever. So if it is a good time and jolly times, enjoy it to the fullest, because that will not last forever too. And if you're in a difficult situation, don't worry, because it will not last forever. It will come to an end. Because everything in this world comes to an end, even this life. And likewise, when these hurdles arise in your life, take it to God. Pray about it, but do not give up. When problems come in your life, do not go further from God, but go closer to God, my dear friends. And once he continues on the journey and he reaches there, Bhagwan, you guide me now. When we need guidance in life and we do not know which direction to go and what to do, seek the blessings of God. Sit and pray to God. Talk to God just like how you would talk to anybody else. When we do not know in which direction to go in life and what to do next, we call our friend. Isn't that so? And you talk to your friend and tell your friend all your problems. And when you don't talk to your friend call the next friend out the road and tell you all your problems. And when you're done and you leave by Norman Junction, everybody know your problem. Jai Bhagwan. Who is your greatest friend? Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva bandhu cha saka tumeva. Your greatest friend is God. We just chant that mantra and what we tell God, God, you are my greatest friend and companion unto me. We declare God to be our friend. Take your problem to God. Baba, how to tell God my problem? What mantra to use? I don't know Hindi, how to talk to God? The language of the heart. You don't need to go to no mandir or puja or perform no havan to talk to God. Sit in your bed, sit in your couch, sit wherever, right where you are. And you close your eye and you think about God and you talk. And Bhagwan will hear you. But when you talk to God, you must talk with the language of the heart. With love, with faith, with vishwas, with confidence and devotion to the feet of God. He sits there, O Ram, you guide me now. And as he says this, an idea, thought come to his mind. Wait till night falls. When you talk to God, God wouldn't talk back to you one time, You wouldn't hear a voice from the heaven, But ideas will come to your mind. Somebody will come to you and you want to know, but how this person know what we are going through in life? This is how God communicates with you. My dear friends, sometimes through dreams God talks to you. In many different ways God will talk to you, but you must be able to analyze these messages that He sends. Bhagwan wouldn't call you any phone and He wouldn't WhatsApp you, Sometimes we expect God to do that. My dear friends, it is finally nightfall. And as Hanuman looks, he sees at the gateway, he sees Lankini, a Rakshas sitting there. He cannot pass. He's studying, what should I do? So Hanuman decides, I will take a small form of a common monkey. And as he goes at the gateway and he sees Lankini sleeping, he gently is walking and taking his time to enter into Lanka. But Lankini is so trained, she could smell anybody or anything coming. Her ears are so clean that she could hear everything and anything. And Lankini hears the footsteps. She smells someone coming. She wakes up. She sees this monkey. But you know what Lankini does? You expect Lankini to kill him, and you expect Lankini to retaliate, isn't that so? But what does she do? Katha tells us something beautiful. We listen to the medium of the Katha. Hari ho Rama milana kab hoye, ange savala girehe. Hari ho Rama milana kab hoye, ange savala girehe. Hari ho Rama milana kab hoye, ange savala girehe. परभासी नगरा के जेहा परभासी नगरा के जेहा लंकनी राखी साहाओ लंकनी राहिया हासा अंगे सवाला गिरही हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंगे सवाला गिरही हरि हो राम मिलन कब होए अंगे सवाला गिरही. Lankini, my dear friends, she clasps her hands together and she sees this monkey. And you know what she does? She bows her head. She says, Pranam, O Hanumanji. And Hanumanji, he assumes his natural form and he stands there. She says, Pranam, O Hanumanji. And Hanumanji is amazed. O Lankini, how do you know it's me? And Lankini says, you are the 11th Rudra, the 11th form of Lord Shiva. For Lord Shiva told to me that any time I see a monkey coming to Lanka, know it's the beginning of the ending. Know that it's the beginning of the ending. Know that I am here to bring the destruction of Lanka. O Hanuman, Pranam. Hanumanji says, well, Lankini, and allow me to enter into Lanka. But Lankini says, no, I have a duty to perform. And my duty is to protect Lanka and not to allow anybody to enter into Lanka without battling with me. And Hanumanji says, if this is your wish, so it shall be. He takes the mukdar, and what he does, that tells to us. Atila Guru Padharu Hanuman. Atila Rupadharu Hanuman. Patita Nagare Sumire ho, Pati Nagare Sumire, Ange Savala Girehi, Hari Ho Ram Milan Kabahoy, Ange Savala Girehi, Hari Ho Ram Milan Kabahoy, Ange Savala Girehi. Sampati Ramachandra ki. Surasa, Lankini Devi, she clasps her hands and she bows. Hanumanji pranam. Hanuman wants to know, how do you know who I am? And she says, you are the 11th Rudra of Shiva. For when Ravan worshipped Shiva, you know who is Ravan? Yes, he's the king of Lanka, but Ravan is the greatest devotee of Lord Shiva, you know. And Ravan prayed to Lord Shiva for many years for boon to become powerful. And the Lord granted him it. But before the Lord granted him all of those boons, he asked Ravan, are you sure? And he says, yes, my Lord, I want these boons. And he says, thus too, so it shall be. The Lord will give you anything you want sometimes. And he will ask you and question you, are you sure this is what you want? But because of the pride, the ego, the abhiman, the greed and the jealousy and the lust, we say, yes, Bhagwan. But what happens to it? When you become powerful, sometimes it gets where? To the head. The ego and the abhiman, the lust, the greed. Then you think you could become better than who? Bhagwan. In today's world, there are people like that. Some people feel they're greater than everybody and even God too. Why? Because you have some money, you have a big house, some car. You will dare and leave that right here. My dear friends, and Lord Shiva told to Lankini, and he told to Ravan, that anytime a monkey comes to Lanka, know it's the beginning of the ending, for I am coming to destroy. Hanuman is who? The 11th Rudra Mahadev. He's coming to destroy. Ram will come now. And Lankini remembers this. But she says, my duty is to protect Lanka. I can't allow you to go. Battle with me. When we have a duty, we perform our duty. She gave a word to Ravan to protect Lanka. Raghukula riti sada chaliyaye, prana na jaye, paravachana na jaye. Whenever you give your word, it's like your breath, my dear friends. Keep to your promise. And so, Hanumanji says, are you sure? He pulls the mukdar and he hits Lankini one satsang. And as he hits her, she falls to the ground. What is a satsang? When we go to satsang, it's a holy gathering too. But a satsang is also a blow. When you go to satsang and through the medium of the chanting of the holy verses and the bhajans and mantras, we all get a blow. What does it do? It removes all the negative thoughts and energies and fills us with positive energy. But sometimes when the Baba read the katha and explain, you know what they say? Big boulders, boy. Because it fall in your garden. Isn't that so? Baba has built no boulders for you, you know. If you live a particular and a righteous dharmic life, no boulders ever fall in your garden. But if you feel boulders falling in your garden when Baba talks from the scripture and tries to explain to us about today's life, it is not boulders, and not to say the Baba keep nothing in mind for you, you know. You know what it is? It's a wake-up call for us to realize that we have some changes to make in our lives. We have some changes to make in our lives. And so, a satsang, my dear friends, when we join, it's actually a wake-up call. When we listen to the katha, to learn about things, to learn about life and God, Satsang is not just only about singing bhajans and kirtan, or even that is part 2. But satsang is when we leave the satsang, we must leave educated. We must leave a positive energy. We must leave learning something, my dear friends. And so, Hanumanji now enters into Lanka. And as he enters into Lanka, he goes to Ashoka Vatika. He sees Sita Devi there, my dear devotees and bhaktas. And what he does, Shri Ram had given to Hanuman his mudrika, his ring. And Hanumanji, as he sits on the Ashoka Vatika, he drops the ring in front of Sita. And as Sita Devi heard this ring fall, she took it up. Looking at it, she recognized that this is my Ram ring. This is the ring of Ram. She begins to call, Mere Ram. She's looking, Ram, oh Ram, where are you? Hanumanji is sitting on top there. Tears is flowing from his eyes. Seeing the love that Sita has for Ram, he knows the love that he has for his Ram. And he comes down, Maya Pranam. She says, who are you? Are you a Rakshas? And she says, no ma. I am Rama Bhakta, I am a great devotee of Shri Ram. And I am here to tell you, your Ram will come. He's coming to rescue you. I am here to make sure that you are here. And Sita Devi, she says, oh Hanuman, tell me, how is my Ram? Sita Devi isn't studying that she's in Lanka, in the Ashoka Vatika, you know. She's studying how Ram. What is taking place with my Ram? This is the love that a relationship, a marriage should have. And so, he says, Maya, I could destroy Lanka single-handedly. But Ram has to come to do that. I will do my part. And so, Hanumanji, once he's there, you know what he does? Hanumanji now, he begins to create havoc. He begins to jump from tree to tree, destroying the Ashoka trees. And whilst he's destroying the Ashoka trees, my dear friends, he's chanting, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. All of the Rakshas looking there, they are wondering, who is this monkey? What is he doing? He's so powerful. They go to whom? They go to Ravan. And they tell Ravan there's a monkey creating mischief in the Ashoka Vatika. He says, capture that monkey, that Vanar, and bring him to me. And as the Rakshas goes, Hanumanji would beat them, destroy them. But Ravan decides to send Indrajit, his son. And as he sends Indrajit, who has some powers, Indrajit goes and he wraps up Hanumanji with his powers. And he takes Hanumanji into the palace. He goes before Ravan. And Ravan begins to laugh. He says, what are you doing in Lanka? He says, I am here to warn you. And to let you know and give you one chance. Release Sita. Because if you don't release Sita, Ram is going to come. And when he comes, you know what he's going to do? He will not only bring your destruction, but the destruction of the entire of Lanka. My dear friends, when a leader makes a bad decision, who pays for it? Only the leader? All the citizens. Or you should know that in Trinidad. My dear devotees and bhaktas, Hanumanji sits there. Ravan begins to laugh. He says, monkey, you giving me advice? I'm going to roast you today. He orders everyone to bring cloth and to wrap this monkey tail. And while they are wrapping the monkey tail, my dear devotees, Hanumanji lengthens the tail. And while he's lengthening, he's giving them wrap. And they are taking all the cloth in Lanka and wrapping this tail. And Hanumanji has clasped hands, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. He's giving them rope. He's allowing them to do what they want with him. Remember, Hanuman is powerful, you know. But he's allowing them to do what they want. And you know what Ravan says? He says, oh Rakshas, I want you to take this monkey now. And I want you to parade him in Lanka. And that is like music to the ear of Hanumanji. You know why? This is what he wants. Hanumanji wants to see the whole of Lanka. Why? He's coming back with Ram. And if I scope the entire of Lanka, I know it inside out now. I will know where to come from and how to destroy. So he's happy to see the whole of Lanka. And so with clasped hands, Jai Shri Ram, they are now parading him. And when he thinks they had enough now, what Hanumanji does, they light the tail of Hanuman. And they are parading him, so everybody, all the Rakshasas, is laughing at him and humiliating him. And why is they humiliating him and laughing? He thinks that they have had enough. He starts to jump, he busts loose, my dear friends, with that Shakti Bhan. And he begins to leap and jump. And while he's leaping and jumping, what takes place? Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. 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 Hanumanji, my dear friends, he's leaping, and everywhere he still touches fire. He's burning Lanka. The entire of Lanka is ablaze now. And what Hanumanji does, he goes to the ocean, he outs his tail, and he's about to return to his ram. He's laughing. And why is he laughing? Because he knows Lanka inside out in the palm of his hand now, and he's ready for battle. He's about to return for Shri Ram. And why is he returning? He glorifies Shri Ram. Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. 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 Pawan Putra Hanuman ki. My dear friends, so powerful is Hanumanji. Hanumanji now he outs his tail and he's about to return to Ram. Hanumanji, my dear friends, he will give you the rope. You take, do what you want. And when he has, you have enough, then he will bring your destruction. In life, my dear devotees, in life, we must live a life dedicated to God. Live a life dedicated to God and a God-like life. Why? Because when we do this, this is what helps us in the hereafter. The hurdles, as Katha teaches us, that in this life we will face many hurdles and trials and tribulations. Do not give up. Never give up in life. Everything happens by the blessings of God. And everything that happens in life happens for a... Oh, you never hear that? Everything that happens in life happens for a reason, my dear friends. There is always good. So never question God. And whatever you're going through in life, pray to God. He will take you over those hurdles. He will take you over those hurdles and live a God-like life. So at the end of this cycle of life, we'll attain whom? Bhagwan. The bhajan we sang earlier, Ishwara Allah Tere Naam Sabako Sanmati He Bhagawan. By whatever name you may call or visualize God, He is Paramatma. Serve God according to your dharma, according to your religion, but serve God wholeheartedly with love and devotion. According to our religion, my dear friends, we may not be able to perform our rituals every day because of our lifestyles. We may not be able to light diya and offer jal every day. But service to humanity is service to God. Grasp the opportunity to do good things when you get it and to help mankind. Iqbal Bode Krishna Bhagavan ki. As we terminate Katha this evening and we join in a couple bhajans, my dear devotees and bhaktas, as Katha taught us that everything happens for a reason in life, trust God in everything and seek God's blessings when hurdles arises. I remind you that once they lived a great devotee of Bhagwan, and whilst they lived that devotee of that divine Lord, one day he got one of his toe cut off. So when he get that toe cut off, my dear friends, he get vexed with God. So he started quarrel with God. He said, God, I pray to you every day of my life and I get my toe cut off. And people who are even praying to you have 10 toes. Me, I'm praying to you again. So he stopped praying to God. So one day he was roaming through the forest and some tribal people caught him. And they were going to sacrifice him. So as they placed him on the table to sacrifice him, the chief came. So when you look at the man, he said, listen, release this man. So everybody wondering why. He says, this man is incomplete. He's missing a toe. So the same man who was quarreling with God now for the toe fall in the ground. And you know what he did? He said, thank you, Bhagwan. I lost a toe. Today that one toe saved me my life. So everything in life that happens for a reason. We may not see the good in it today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but one day to come, you will see the good in it. There's always good in every situation. Bole Siyapati Ramachandra ki jai. We join in a couple of bhajans at this time before we terminate our satsang.
Song. उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे। कैसे तेरा नाम भी आए, कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाए, कैसे तेरा नाम भी आए, कैसे तुम्हारी लगन लगाए। हे प्रभु दया निदान तुम्हारी शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे। पंकमतों की सुनो सुनो बातें, द्वाटरी तक पहुँच मनापते। पंकमतों की सुनो सुनो बातें, द्वाटरी तक पहुँच मनापते। बेत बीच जान तुम्हारी शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भव पार करो भगवान। कमला कृष्ण मुरारी राम तेहि गणपति त्रिपुरारी तू ही श्यामला कृष्ण मुरारी राम तू ही गणपति ऐसे अंत ज्योति जगाना हम दिनों को लगन लगाते हे प्रभु दया निदान तुम्हारी शरण परे शरण परे शरण परे शरण परे उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण परे अवपार करो भगवान तुम्हारी शरण परे Come on.
ओ बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम श्री राम के चरणों में बनते बिगड़े काम बोले बोले हनुमान बोलो भक्त सिया राम
Shri Pawan Putra Hanuman ki jai. This evening, before we terminate, I'll invite my wonderful Bhaiya Kishanji to come and of course to render a beautiful bhajan for us at this time before we conclude our satsang this evening.
तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, तू ही चरणों में प्रणाम। हेरा 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 हेरा, जग में साचो तेरो नाम। हेरा 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 हेरा, तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, तू ही तेरा मेरा। हेरा 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 हेरा, तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, ओ तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, ओ तू ही जगदाता विश्वविदाता, तू ही चरणों में प्रणाम। हेरा 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 हेरा, अष्टविदाता, तू ही सब दाता इष्ट विदाता, ओ तू ही सब दाता इष्ट विदाता, तू ही चरणों में प्रणाम। तेरा हेरा हेरा हेरा, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, ओ तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, ओ तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तेरो नाम हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम 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 हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण जय राम राम ओ जय राम राम जय राम राम जय राम राम राम
बुरे सुरमापति महादेव की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय प्रभक्त जन beloved devotees and bhaktas, before we join in our arati and pratna this evening, I would like to join in a beautiful bhajan. As I dedicate this bhajan to Uncle Sona this evening, you know, upon arrival he said, Baba, well, I've waited long time to hear you and I prepared, I don't know if he prepared this, he prepared a spot for me. And he was so excited to listen to the satsang this evening and to join. And of course, I said, Uncle, well, you will sing hard tonight, right? He said, nah, Baba, you do that, partner. So tonight, I dedicate this bhajan to you, Uncle, and may the blessings of Shri Krishna be with you. I may give you that strength and that energy. And I'm so proud and happy to see this evening the love that he has for satsang this evening, to join in this satsang, to listen to the name of Bhagwan, to join in the chanting, and especially when we are at that age, this is what we should be craving for. Nothing else in this world, but only to join in the company of satsang and listen to the praises of the divine. Dekho Bindravan mein, kunj mein sire naache Nanda Kumar. Dekho Bindravan mein, kunj mein sire naache Nanda Kumar. नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार मोर मुकुट सिर ऊपर सोहे करके फूलन की हार मोर मुकुट सिर ऊपर सोहे करके फूलन की हार पीतांबर के प्रीत बरज में मुरली गर सुंदर देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार तर मेरे ढंगा बाजे बाजे बंगा सितार बीना तर मेरे ढंगा बाजे बाजे बंगा सितार जन जन तन तन मोरा बरज में कर कंचन धंगार और गोविंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार कन्हैया ओ नाचे नंद कुमार देखो बिंजावन में कुंज में
श्री नाचे नंद कुमार और गोविंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार रे गोविंद्रावन में कुंज में श्री नाचे नंद कुमार बुरे सियापति रामचंद्र की जय Crowd child, let us all stand as we join in final arti. Oh, Hari Om. Yani tani cha papani janme hritatani cha tani tani vrashyanti prakshana prare prare. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram जय जय राम आरती शेरा मायन जी के कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे आरती शेरा मायन जी के कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे आरती शेरा मायन जी की आरती शेरा मायन जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे भगवत ब्रह्मा निगमुनि नारद वाल्मीकि कवि ज्ञान विशारद सुख सनकारी शेष अरुषारद सुख सनकारी शेष अरुषारद बरनी पवन सुत कीरति रेगी आरती शेरा मायन जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे यारी कवि पोंग बकानी काकभूषु जिगरुर कीरीगी चार युवेर पुराणय सदस चार युवेर पुराणय सदस चाहो सास सब ग्रंथन कोरस आरती शेरा मायन जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे आरती शेरा मायन जी की आरती शेरा मायन जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे कीरति कलित ललित सिया पीगे. Whilst you remain standing, we join this beautiful song that describes the love between a father and his wonderful children this evening. तुझे सूरज कहूँ या चंदा तुझे दीप कहूँ या तारा मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन जग में मेरा राज Dulara. This evening, we celebrate a love between His children and a wonderful Father. This evening, we offer a prayer that Bhagwan may bless you with many more years of good health, strength, and longevity. This evening, as we join the beautiful song, we remember the wonderful time that we spent with our fathers. And so, as these children decide this evening to join in celebrating life and celebrating time upon this earth with a wonderful Father, offering gratitude to Him this evening, we join this wonderful song. Tujhe suraj kahu ya chanda, tujhe deepak ho ya tara, mera naam karega roshan, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा. मैं करता काले खाली छाई है जब उदासी, जीवन का सोना सोना हर आसी प्यासी प्यासी, तेरा आती है खुशियों से बागे आए जी सारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा. आज उगरे दमका तेरे, तुझे मैं चरना सीना हूँ, कल हाथ पकड़ना मेरा, जब मैं बना हूँ जानू, तू मिलन तू मैंने पाया, जाने का नया सहारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा. तुझे सूरज कहो या चंदा, तुझे दीपक हो या तारा, मेरा नाम करेगा रोशन, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा, जग में मेरा राज दुलारा. Let us all clasp our hands together in prayer, in pratna to the feet of Bhagwan. Om mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktahinam charadhanam, yat pujitam maya deva परिपूर्णं तरस्त्रमे, काहेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियवा पुर्यात्मना वा प्रकृतिं सुभौतं, करोमि यज्ञः सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि. Together. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा. With hands clasped together, tell the person next to you, Sitaram. Shakabarak hore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. Shakabarak hore Sitaram, 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 Sitaram. This evening, as we say Sitaram, we bow to the divinity within each and every one of us. For God is here, there, and everywhere, and He resides within us. Syapati Ramachandra ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki. Jai Jai Sitaram. You may have respectful seats. This evening, let me take the opportunity to say a special thank you to, of course, Uncle Sonan and his wonderful family for inviting us to join in devotion and satsang this evening. May Bhagwan richly bless you all. Also this evening, let me say a special thank you to Bhai Kishanji and Media Concepts 29 for joining with us and taking this evening's devotion live to the homes of many devotees and bhaktas. Special thank you to all those joining with us on our live stream as well. To members of our group this evening, I say a special thank you to Uncle Karam, to Suraj Bhaiya, to Nirmalji, to Satish brother, and of course to Uncle Zim, to Kishanji joining with us this evening. Bhagwan's blessings to you all. Jai Sitaram, and do return to your homes safely. Please remain seated. Aarti will come your way and there's a little refreshment. Of course, please partake. Jai Sitaram.